we've all been waiting for. 7-0 Wayne Hills Patriots against 7-0 Ramapo. Today, it's slightly drizzling, it's dark, it's about 6 o'clock, and it's freezing. It's cold, man! Alright. Today we gotta watch that Sims. And that, what's Sims gonna do tonight?
Well, Sims, I think he's going to look for the aerial attacks because that's what he's known for. He has over 1,000 yards in 7 games already. But no, look, it's windy, it's raining. I don't think he can get it off. And I think our D-backs already, such as Matty Hawkins and Mark Robinson, the third QB for us. Let's go, baby.
Also, AJ Spicer will be the safety tonight. Also, they have Greg Toll, 32 touchdowns so far.
Greg Toll is a wonderful running back. Ramapo's going to keep it on the ground tonight. It's kind of raining. A little drizzly. Receivers might have a hard time catching the ball. If Toll has an easy time running through the Hills line, if you watch Ramapo keep the ball on the ground and run up the score.
It's a big thing tonight. It's the line. Defensive end and the line. Supposedly, what we've heard through school and through the papers is that our line is bigger than Ramapo. So hopefully we're going to make a big dent on that.
Yes.
Also, another big part of tonight's game, the defensive end. If Danby and Blanchard can contain Toll and can contain the pass and do effective pass rushing, we have a good shot. Matt?
Yes.
I'm hearing that Ostrowski and Maxwell's going to be double teamed tonight.
Yes, from some inside information. We did hear that. And that would free up the defensive ends, such as you said. Blanchard, the linebacker too. And totally. But they'll free up. They'll be free, and they can tackle Toll in the backfield, which he would be very surprised by. And by the way, as you said, Toll, he had 32 touchdowns this season. He only needs 8 more for the Bergen County record. And I don't think it would happen tonight, though, as we look pumped. Look right there. We look pumped. Danby and the young sophomore Grant, we're pumped, baby.
Tonight, Toll, they only had about 6 running plays. They run the dive, the blast, stretch and a counter, and a few other plays. You know, they got to shut down Toll right away, and they got to make Sims go to the pass, and hopefully with the rain, you know, that'll be a big advantage for us. So, we'll see up. We're going to give you the keys to the game a little bit later. We're going to go up to the booth right now. And we just want to give you a shot of everybody on the field.
Yes, we got everyone on the field. We look pumped. There goes Aaron with a big catch.
As we watch them, we see them stretching right now, and they're talking to us about doing a little bit more things. Wayne Valley, DePaul, a whole lot of Ramapo people, even though not many people here yet, but we're about half an hour leaving the game right now. Once we get a shot at them, or probably not this time, you know. And what's happening this year, there's a lot of Hills alumni. I mean, incredible amount. There's so many people tailgating out the parking lot along the side, hoping to get a shot at that for you. There is just a lot of action, a lot of police, and this is supposed to bring about $20,000 worth of money to the school too.
That is great. That's a very much help by school. But most importantly, you know, help by school. I don't know about you, Joe. Well, I know about you because you were with me. We came down, right? And the seniors invited us to eat with their tailgating party. And it was great. You know what they had? They had little turkey sandwiches, Mr. Greenberg, Mr. Colbert, all of them. Mr. McAlinsky, there was some help on him. It was tremendous. And it's so good for the school, for the town, for the city, and ultimately for the world, Joe.
Wow. That's good. No, but he's great. I mean, we were walking down and everybody was grabbing us by the arm. They wanted to talk to us. I mean, you know, we don't want to push their own ego in there and say how great the show was.
Yeah, anyway, back to the game. Which is going to be Joe's line.
Okay, there's a lot of keys to this game that we want to talk about right now.
Yeah.
While we're not...
Yes, sir.
What does Hills have to do to win?
Well, first of all, as I said before, we have to contain Greg Toll. Greg Toll has 32 touchdowns this season, has probably 40 pass rates, but he does. But hopefully, we will not get any more tonight. And also, our defensive back has to stay home and be sharp.
Hey, any other keys?
Hills cannot make any stupid turnovers or penalties. That we saw against the Indian Hill game. Turnovers kind of hurt a team, and against a team like Ramapo, they have to make sure that they can get as many yards and score as many points as they can on every possession.
Looks like the wind is coming down a little bit, but there's still a good amount of wind, and the rain has stopped. So we're going to see a lot of rain. A lot of passing games. Yeah. Also, Ramapo. Now we only talk about Hills because we're biased towards Hills.
Very much so.
Ramapo. We're going to try to keep this even tonight. Ramapo, what do they got to do to win?
Well, Ramapo they have to stop on a running attack. And you know what, though? As I saw in the record today, we have more rushing yards than Ramapo. And that is amazing. Because we're so diverse. It's not just one tailback that has the ball and scores 32 touchdowns. Not at all. We have A.J. Fletcher, 11 touchdowns, 992 yards. Mark Robinson, 11 touchdowns, 510 yards. And we have Mike Colbert, who adds in some tremendous physical pass plays and touchdowns and carries a heck of a load for the Patriots team. So they have to keep our running game in check primarily. And what else do they have to do, Joe?
But I just wanted to talk about they do have a powerful fullback. Greg Cole has 1,100 yards rushing, 32 touchdowns, obviously. Yeah, and but when you said yards more than first, we just get the ball out, we run the ISO reverse, ISO is counter. There's a lot of different plays that we're going to go to tonight. I don't know what the passing is tonight. I think we're just going to mostly keep it on the ground. Yeah, we're going to see a counter pass. We're going to see a lot of the options today run by Mark Robinson, who runs a section with A.J. Spicer. And another key that Ramapo needs to stop is they have to stop Wayne Young's option. If they can't stop the option, it's contain our running back on the option and Mark Robinson, who does great fake, good, and Ramapo's going to have a very hard time winning this ball game. Like David said, the option is very key. That's our best play along with the keeper. Now, Indian Hill shut us down on the option. They were very good with the turn all week, but I hope that we're able to get that play run. Our offensive line fire off very hard and able to knock Ramapo back.
I think so, because, and tell you the truth, Indian Hill games, the spirit was not to bring the guys in school. But this week, I was walking, I was like, yo, guys, Danny Cook for this. Like, yo, what's up? I'm ready. We're ready. We're pumped. And you know what? I got a quote from Steve Maslinsky and Mike Sobria against the Indian Hill game, which they did stop us. And they said, we were not feeling the energy from the booth. And we were not intense enough. So that leads me to believe that I'm going to see very intense tonight. So if you're watching at home, please, maybe you want to lower your volume a little bit, because I'm going to be very intense. And as David was saying before, we have a tremendous play in the action. But what makes us so scary, and what Rebel has to watch out for, is that we have so many weapons. We have Mike Hogan, Aaron Brogdon, who has 25 yards per carry. He only catches the ball about 4 times. We have Hawkins on the reverse. We have so many options. And as you said, Mark Robinson does have the option, run the option to perfection. So any young quarterback, if you're out there, take them out.
You know, I think what best sums up this game is, I talked with Tom Brophy earlier, and I asked him if there's any motivational bolster, and he said, we know what we have to do, and we have to get the job done. And I think that sums it up best. Right now, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we're going to catch you for this from Gary Webb, Steve McElwinsky, and Tom Brophy, captains for Hill. And your captain's extra shot in the unit. Ramapo wins the toss. They're going to receive to the south side.
Right, so I have such a feeling up there of the spirit. You know, look at us getting into it. The band, the drum majors, the cheerleaders, and the fans are going crazy. You know, I talked to one of the drum majors in school the other day. Her name's Seha Basil. And she said, you know, that thing when they moved her arms, it's called conducting. And you know why they conduct, Joe? They conduct. So everybody in the band can play, and I quote, in time. Not to be confused with out of time.
Shields, you are quite the workhorse.
Oh, I am. That's why I bring my quote book everywhere I go.
There's
ball boy.
There's a lot of people here. A lot of people on the field, a lot of people in the jerseys, and that's what we're going to see as all the special workers here tonight. Ramapo getting ready to kick off. And you know what, Matt, we don't have a Ramapo roster again, so we're going to have to go from the newspapers. We're going to get numbers ready.
Yes, and I got them ready because I was working hard today after I took those tough, challenging SATs at Depot High School. Ramapo is ready to receive. It looks like they're trying to get on the board quick in the first quarter.
Very good point. They are going to try and get on the board quick. Tommy Lyons ready to go. And the biggest game of the season so far is about to get underway.
Last week against the Cutters, Lions did that. 3 out of 6. Kick field goal. Kick into that touchback. And the kick is up. It's a nice kick back to the 7-yard line.
And number 6 is going to take it. And he's going to take it out to the 25 yards. And he is hit hard. And that's a big tackle by number 2, Maher Hagar. And he is pumped. Jumping around.
And I read today, our special teams are great, led by
Brian Kwiatkowski and others, and great senior leadership for the special team, and we are just on fire. I could feel the energy in the booth, and that guy just went for it. Number 4, AJ Spikes is the safety. Number 3, Mark Robinson, right corner. Totally left corner, to talk about them. They're the biggest players. And they're going to line up in a tailback, and then someone to his left. Sims back to pass. Throws out to the flat to number 31. And Mark Robinson's going to tackle him, and he's going to need for a first down. 1st and 10, Ramapo. That's big. Ramapo went with a quick 3-step drop. Sims just fell back. Quick, got a quick to the flat. 10 yards, right there. That's it. Oh, man, you know what else you notice? Look to the other side of the field. They have professional linemen tonight. Oh, that is so upsetting. I wanted to see Mr. Bradley, but that's okay. But did you notice Mark Robinson on that play did stay home, not giving up the big exact yardage. He made a nice tackle right away. Sims again. Yes, takes the snap. And it's given inside to Greg Cole, and he's going to run out, and he's got some room out to the right side. And he's got 15, 20 yards on his play before he's dragged out of bounds by Mike Toglia. That was a huge burst of speed back to and I was talking to Basil before the game. You know, Greg Cole's a warrior. He has no spandex underneath, no wristband. He's going like almost naked out there. But he's a tough guy, and I give him all the credit in the world. He's a hard worker, and he does have 32 touchdowns this season. But I think that might have been just a first play wonder, and I believe we will come back and stop him here. We definitely will. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of the Patriots on the north side of the field. The split, I don't know, that looks like a split back to me. And again, it's given inside to Cole, and he's got nothing. And he's tackled hard by Steve McAlinski and Michael Strauss. And the whole defensive lineman, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the spirit. Look at that, they're still getting off of him. It's like the whole team's out there. It's like I want to just jump out of the booth and tackle him on top of that. That's how much of a pile was on Cole. Cole, I hope you're right. I hope you didn't get smothered underneath there, you know what I mean? I know exactly what you mean. And you know what? Patriots fans are very quiet after that play. I mean, they repeated it today, guys. Everyone, this is the first appearance of Patriots team in the whole season. Come on, Patriots, please do something. Again, they line up in a split back formation with double receivers out to the left side. Back to pass, 5-step drop. Sims tackles Rue, and he throws deep, and he's got nothing. And it's incomplete, and number 42 ran over Matt Hawkins. I don't know what he was doing on that play. I think he was trying to get a back interference call, but nonetheless, great coverage by Matt Hawkins. And even if he was going for the pass interference call, he would not get it because the ball was completely out of reach and it was not catchable. Hawkins is in perfect position right there. That's what the corners got to do all night for Wayne Hills. They got to stick with those receivers, stay on like blue guys. Definitely. Chris Sims obviously doesn't think too much for a secondary as he's showing it right there. We'll soon find out. Yeah, and obviously we notice how Matt Hawkins was able to defend the pass very well. Sims, split back formation again. Double shoots out the left side. He's back to pass. And he's chased up. And he's going to throw. Number 3 drops the ball. There's a flag on the play, though. We're going to see what that play is. Hopefully, you know what? It'll either be, could be 3rd and 10. Or it could be 4th and 10, or I think they are going to go to 4th and 10 if it's for us. You gotta see who it is, though. It's a holding on the defense. And you don't count for any penalties against his offensive Ramapo. You're right, Bill, so that was one of your keys of the game. And you know, it's called to that right away. Maybe they're holding callback or something. That's it. Nonetheless, though, we saw that number 3 just completely dropped the pass. And that's another key to Ramapo this year. They don't have that quarter receivers that they did last year, such as Rob Millier, who is now in Penn State with James Black. Saying comes off the field to talk to Coach Olsen. Looks like penalty might have been on him. But Mark Robinson switched out. So Mark Robinson back out to the right side now. After that penalty, he's going to be 3rd and about a half a yard. Yeah, after that big 1 yard loss. They're going to go with the receiver out to the left and to the right. Split back formation again. Giving up the middle, and he's got some room, and he busts through the hole before he tripped up, and he looked like his ankle got turned on that. Did you see that? I did. But he's a tough player, and he's a point guard. I think he can handle a little sprain of an ankle. But did you notice? I think McAlinski and Ostrowski were doubled on that play with the lineman. That's what opened up that huge hole in the middle. We already see from Cole that he can run up the middle and bounce it outside and get major yards. So Hill's got to contain from the outside of the linebackers and also play tough with their inside linebackers in the middle. It's going to be 1st down and 10 from the first 18-yard line, from the 23-yard line. Flag on the play, and the play's on that, so that means it's going to be a full start. Okay? That's what we hope for. We want to feel well, we haven't seen this from a lot of other teams, but Ramapo's coach almost every game. Ball start for Wayne Hill. Yeah, that's the good thing about Christian Pete. He has been known to audible, and he's been very good. And then the referee does it twice for some reason. I think he got confused. I don't think he knew that we saw it, but we did. Thanks for waiting for us. And now we have a little bit of time because the band is still playing. They're doing great. All right. First and 15 from the 28 now. They see they run with the tailback and then the fullback take a little up and to the right. And comes back to pass. No, it's an inside throw and Cole busts it out to the right side. And it's going to be a first down, a little bit more. Looks like he's inside the 10-yard line, Matt. Goldberg nailed him down out of bounds. And basically, you're right, like you said before, he could go off the hole or 10 bounce around. And there it bounced around. They showed him great diversity. Cole was a great runner because he followed his blockers. He doesn't try bouncing outside with nothing. He followed his blockers up there and he gave him 10, 15 yards. Good call. And even though the blockers aren't what they used to be last year, for instance, Adam Schultz is no longer with the team. But he's still such a great athlete that he can improvise and make up for some of that lacking. Just before the 10-yard line on the north side of the field. There's 9 minutes, 45 seconds left, first and goal. And the ball is given outside to stretch and Greenberg, and somebody takes that Brogdon with a big tackle. And that's going to be only about a 1-yard gain. And they say that the ball was taken before he was out of bounds, so that the clock is going to keep running. Yeah, big tackle by Harbaugh to get the nice hands. That was a huge tackle. And wasted a lot of edges for Torres. He had to run around like 20 yards in the backfield doing nothing. Pat Buno, man. Trimmed off some of that beard to get more aerodynamic. Good call. Maybe they had a shaving fight last night at West. I don't know. He definitely takes down like an animal. And in fact, that's a loss. Lost the field. That is great. As the linemen are doing their job. I think they're on the left hash mark now. They're going to line up Cole back. We're hearing stretch from our coach that's up here in the booth. Yeah. And they're also looking for the bootleg. Especially interesting. And ball came inside. So they were wrong. But he's still not going to get much. It's only going to be about a yard play. That was great. As the trust that Henry sides converge. Gary Webb with the tackle coming up from the linebacker position. And the Patriots fans are going nuts. You know, so they have clappers today. Yes, they have their little $5 to clapper. They don't want the clapper pop up. And you know what else they're doing, though? It's great. Is that they're cheering. I mean, it's only the senior parents and it's only the football parents. Not everybody, and they're right in front of us, so we know. Right. It doesn't seem like the whole fans are getting into it. I think they will once we light up the scoreboard, though, on Ramapo, and get a huge shot there, as it is. Third and goal. Third and goal from 7. Probably a pass on this play. They got a lot of them out the right side, and they're strong right. Yes. And he is back to pass. He's looking right, and nowhere. He made a nice dive. Number 31, that is, came out of nowhere. I didn't even see him. But you know what? It's 4th and 7, Dave. We stopped. And they're going to have to go for, well, I don't know. You know, you could go field goal here, you could go pass. Exactly. I don't think they have much of a kicker. He's no Tommy Lang, so I don't know what they're going to do. It looks like they are going to catch the field goal. But Joe, that was a perfect pass by Sid. It's just going back to the receivers. They're not ready for the ball. He threaded the needle. You know, like I said, I had no idea that where the ball was going to be. That's beautiful. Matt, I called it, man. Everybody's looking around. See that? That's beautiful. Everybody's around the fences. Beautiful sight here in White Hills tonight. How many guys are here today, guys? How many guys? I'd say about 7,000. Me too. I think it's going to get up to 10. The righty kicker snaps up from the left hash. The kicker's up and it looks good. It is good. It's 3-0. It was a split kick. It was just inside the goal from the distance of it. He hit the lower right corner of it. So it's 3-0. Patriots are giving a big hand as they're able to make the stop. 8:38 left in the first quarter. And you know what? That's good because we didn't let them get a touchdown. They drove, but they didn't get it. It's very good. Tim's on that pass where it looked like a post. Where he came in and he made a dive, but it went right through his hand. I was going to say, like sort of a 10-footer, like maybe a banana curl or something, like a little slant. And it was a great pass and a good effort, but it was just, again, great defense by the quarterback. They're really intense today. They didn't get the field goal true, but it looks like we're going to march back and maybe we'll be ahead of it in a couple minutes. Now, remember when we were talking about ball hawks a couple games ago? Look at Cole and look at number 31. We got to find out who he is so we can call my thing. Anyway, they're on the 30-yard line, and they're going to get a nice running start here. So I guess that's the reason for it. And as soon as he puts his hand on the kicker, they're going to go. Yeah, no, maybe not. Once he goes, all right, there he goes. The other thing they do is bring it start. No, they're jogging back. They're safety. I don't like that idea. That's right. And he is hit hard, but AJ Spicer takes a big hit. Keeps going. going. And he's out to the 30-yard line. And Patriots are now going to drive north to south. Mark Robson coming out with the ball.
That is great. AJ just sets his tone for this season. Getting hit, but bouncing off and getting another 5 to 7 extra yards. That is just sheer determination by AJ Spicer. And it looks like he's going to have a big game. And here comes out. Steve McAlipsky's ready. We're all ready. The cheerleaders are getting into it. And so is the drum major, setting the band in time.
All right, Wayne Hill lines up just inside the right half mark. Mark Andy at center. High back formation, Toglia. Robson goes into motion. AJ Spicer ran out to the left side. It's a shift. Thank you. Not motion.
Good job. It's a great shift up.
Got this put back. Ball given to Toglia to run to the left side, and he doesn't have much room. And he doesn't look like he even got a gain on that. Maybe even a loss.
Yes, maybe a loss. And that surprised me, actually, Joe. The Ramapo defensive line came out strong. I wasn't expecting that, and perhaps, maybe not the Patriots, but now they know. And I think they will come back next second down. And that with more, you know what I mean.
You know, being talking about Patriots, he's just standing there. Never seen Patriots. Someone's got to get in there, man. Who is Patriots? I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. Mark Robinson in the I-back. Spicer's deep, and the ball is given out to him to the left side. He doesn't have any room, and he's just going to bust it up for whatever he's got. And it's going to be about 3rd and 11 now. Not a good first opening couple plays for Patriots.
You know, maybe they didn't know what I mean. They're not showing much more tenacity than they did the first play. Hills needs to, now, he doesn't need to get on the board the first time. They just got to show their offense, get them moving. Mark's got to feel the show. This Ramapo team that they have an offense that's serious. They're going to put some points on the board today. Good call, baby. Perhaps we're expecting too much from our Patriots for the first play of the game.
I hope they pick it up now. Tommy Lyons out to the right side. Again in an I-back formation.
Spit out wide right.
Mark Robinson takes a snap, and the ball is a pass, and he's under pressure, and it's a catch by Tommy. He's hit hard by Drake Cole, and that, I don't know, that looked like he hit him from behind.
It looked like perhaps a flip or something. But Todd Greenberg is such a tough competitor. I know he's going to come back with this. That's just going to excite him more. And I believe that was like a 10-yard catch. That was great.
4th and 2, that's a bad spot. And are they going to go for it? No, it doesn't look like Mark Robinson's coming upfield. They're going to punt on their first possession, 3 and out.
Tom Lyons does come down, but nonetheless, a great catch by Todd Greenberg. And even more impressive, he just stood up right after that monster hit by Cole.
Cole's trying to show some here, and I think that was a little cheap to him from behind. And the punt is fumbled, but he still gets it off in plenty of time. And that allows the ball hawk to get there, and he's going to take a Patriot bounce, and it's going to take a nice bounce out to 25. Hawkins is right there. So maybe that fumble snap is good, because Tom's able to get it up plenty of times. Great punch protection on that play. Yeah, that's a good job. And that Hawkins is now ready to play a little bit more defense.
Right. And that Hawkins, a great decision to let the ball bounce, and it, as it did take a Patriot bounce, and gave us 5 more yards for time to take and for better field position for the Hills defense. And like we were saying, Todd Greenberg getting up from that hit. So perhaps it wasn't too big, but I think that would give the Patriots defense all the more just to hit that back to him, and especially Todd Greenberg, a great outside linebacker.
Wants to shove that in space right now.
I hope he does. Right now, let's go.
All right, the ball is a roll out to the left side, and he has got a receiver, and number 9 is not able to get it. You know, that second, Sims is overthrown. He's been overthrown, and he's overthrown the one where Hawkins is covering him now out to the flat there, and he had to dodge that. And on the other one by the end zone, he had to dodge for it too. Yep.
Receivers, because I was saying when I was a kid, if the ball hits your hand, you should catch it. And all these balls have been on the money, but you're right, they have been a little far. He has leading them and has led them, but the receivers have not answered the phone to the challenge.
They wound up in that, like, semi-off. It's not really an eye, it's not a coach that it's kind of altered. And again, it's up the middle. The Patriots got to shut that hole. They can be 3rd and 6, but the Patriots have to shut that hole if they want to win. There's a wide open hole. You know, Steve McAlipsky's got to get in right into the middle. Or strategy, they got to charge. They got to take care of business.
Right, or maybe get a linebacker over more towards the middle. Sure, for instance, Gary Weber, Tom Brokaw. Tom Brokaw did get tackled there. Maybe if he gets struck over a little bit more to the left or to the right. Whichever side.
Those got a tough pass there. They don't know what to do. If they're going to put guys up in the middle, put 8 guys in the box and 9 guys in the box, or guard against the pass. It's tough for them to do. Both at the same time. They have to try to get it 50.
35 here. And, we're not really sure what they're doing, but they're going 2 receivers out to the left side, and it looks like he's moving along the line. I don't know if this, oh no, it is legal because he wasn't down in the set. And the ball's coming out the total line, there he's there! What a tackle! What a big play! And now it's going to be 4th and 11, they have to punt. Wade Hills with a big 3.5.
So, how do you like that, Paul? It says of your medicine. On a fake out, we stop you, and now you got a punt. Let's see what you got.
Todd Greenberg said thank you to Mark Daly as he's with a hurt and needs a cold. Yes. Timmy's got a comment.
That was a big time stuff.
Oh, my God, Timmy.
Beautiful, Tim. Tim, I got a quote for you. Reminds me about a cameraman at the Jets game I saw a couple Sundays ago.
All right. They're back to punt. Somebody's back there, and they kick the ball. It's a nice punt. And Hawkins is going to receive, and he's got some room out to the left, and he's going to get about 10, 12 yards on the play. See, that photographer took like 35 pictures on that play.
But it was a great play to take 35 pictures because I believe that is the first play that we are truly the Patriots of all.
Yeah, 7. And you know what, Matt? We're in Ramapo territory right off the bat. We got 50 yards to go, and we're going to lead right here.
And Tommy Lance kicked your ass. Even if we don't get a touchdown, he can kick it field goal from like where we are now. He's that good. The New York Stadium. So we are ready with 4:43 left in the first quarter. I'm pumped, baby. And I can tell
Fans still need to get into it.
yeah, you're right. We gotta get senior parents and fans on.
The senior parents are in it. They're the only ones.
I think we need to get the alumni in it.
All right, ball given inside to AJ Spicer. He's going to get about 3-4 yards. And you know what? Even if we only get 3-4 yards on each play, that's still moving the ball. We're still going to get those first downs. Exactly. That's all that matters. The first down is the biggest part of the game. We're not looking for the big plays. We're just looking to keep driving and driving. You know what? Coach Olsen, I talked to him, and he said we're going to try and control the ball as much as possible. Yeah, he said that's what we have to do.
And you know what I heard, Joe? That the more we have the ball, the less opportunity Sims and Cole has to run the scoreboard.
That's the point, controlling the ball.
Well, this is for the Ch.20 guys at home that don't know what it's about.
And the ball is an option. Allen, number 5, hit Mark a little late. I don't know about that. He was hit a little late. They're going to pick up 2 more. It's going to be 3rd and 5. That kid's a punk, number 5.
You know, they remind me a lot of that Clifton soccer team.
Yes, I remember them. That game, after the Clifton soccer game, that game should be on now, as in right now when I'm saying this. So, what was that there? And next week, somebody's down. Looks like number 83. He's a receiver, because I remember him taking passes. He dropped it. Yeah, because that's what this signals for.
But anyway, what do you think, Joe? The Clifton game's on now.
But the Clifton is on now as we're broadcasting it. So when you're watching this next week, it'll be 2 weeks ago.
I get it, Joe. I think it took me 3 weeks, but I think I get it.
That's our big joke. While you guys are watching this, we will be in Penn State. We're watching Penn State versus Northwestern. Big game.
That is a big game. If you're in the air, maybe top 5. As there is an injury timeout.
I'm going to talk to you.
I got a question for Tim, real quick. Do you mind, guys? All right, Tim. Ready? Since there's an injury timeout, I wish him the best of luck. Maybe Mr. Feeney can help us lead us in a group prayer or eulogy or whatnot. But, ready, Tim? Okay. I was at a Giants game. Actually, I was in Giants Stadium for a Jets game. And I was talking to a cameraman because my camera was broke. Because, you know, when you're in a Jets game, you're so excited. You know, you want to take as many pictures as you can. Well, it turns out I put the film in wrong. So I couldn't take camera. But anyway, I asked this camera guy to help me. He said he couldn't. So I said, hey, I got a golden opportunity here. Why don't I ask how his job is, right? So I asked him, how is his job? And he says, it's not exciting as it seems. Oh, let's give it up for number 83. All right. So, if you were an NFL cameraman, would you be excited, Tim?
I would be absolutely excited, man.
That is great. That is a great... He was there as a 10 years, but that's a great thing.
As we got a shot of all the people that you see on the people here, and I hope if you're watching this that you were here when we broadcast you've seen it. You know, this is great. There's even fans over there that are watching the game from the hills in Henry College. Great. It's great. 35 in the right hash mark. Rolling back. Matt Hawkins in motion to the right side. It looks like pass check is here. And there's a cannon. Oh, big hit. And they're going to go deep to Matt Hawkins. And he's in front. Go up under the back. Underneath the flag. Yeah. It's a flag. It's going to be 16 yards and the first down for Wade Hill.
That is a beautiful play. But first of all, the great block by Gary Webb preventing the sack. And then a great throw by Mark Robinson. Over to Matt Hawkins. Gary called the pass interference. Gary Webb makes that play happen. What a beautiful block.
He was able to recover in time and knock the
play on the ground. I know. And what a big play by Matt Hogan. Usually in Brooklyn and Resigned, and all of a sudden he took one step, he's off balance, and went down to the ground. There goes the flag, 15 yards. Now we got the ball on the 30-yard line, and we're driving. We are driving. Word's coming to us. We got a field goal right here. But that's word up 17, baby. I can't wait. All right, 20 down, 30 more to go. 3 minutes, 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Number 7, Matt Hogan's out to the left side. They're going to call timeout. Wayne Ho's first timeout of the half. Wow, and it's a great time to call a timeout because we have only 3:18 left, and this could really set the tone because this timeout we could get a couple plays in, and we could really know what's happening, and we could really throw the ball down Ramapo's throat. Yes, that's very true. Coach Olsen goes out to talk to play, and you know what? Well, talking about Chris Sims here, his father, of course, Phil Sims, everybody knows. We don't know if he's in attendance, but hopefully he is. You know, that'd be great. You know, we don't really care about his professional career. We only care about his broadcast. Right, exactly. And he said in an article that we have, through our research, we obtained, Matt, let me let you read this. Well, you can read it wrong, but this is just the epitome of why I aspire to be a color announcer. And Phil Sims says, and I quote, end quote. That's a great quote. I love Phil Sims. You can tell him I don't have too many feelings for it. I'm telling you, I want to get an interview with him after the game, and I want to ask him how it felt to be on the ground so much. Yeah, no, hopefully he's on the ground. I don't know if I look stupid. Well, I probably look stupid anyway. I'll sit on him while you interview him. You know, it's going to be a pain to get down there with all these fans. They're like, I go down to the field after the game. And here we go. All right, they go split back formation. Rob's on the left side, Toby on the right. Then the keeper out to the left, and he is, Robson almost got away from number 3, but he was tackled in the backfield. Number 3 got away, but he was able to drag his leg down. And number 3 was punting after that play. I don't know if that's a penalty in high school football, but I know it is in the NFL. Oh, it is a penalty in high school. Remember Spicer got one a couple weeks ago. Thank you. And in college football as well. Mr. Bianchi, how about ponies for dancing? Pee football, I think your parents give you high fives and you get like Kool-Aid if you dance and stuff. I think I saw T2 dance before, guys. Yeah. Take a T. What's he doing? Take a T. I'm standing there. Second and about 14. You gotta go by the cheerleader. It's wrong to get his nerve on and stuff. Alright, Robson out to pass to the right side. He's got Creamer. Oh, and he's hit hard from the back by I don't like this place. That is Greg Cole again with the cheap hit. That was a play action pass by Robinson, first one of his senior while. And it was great because it did stun the defender. It was thrown a little high. And Cole, I don't know if he has the confidence or not, but I know that ball was a little high. And I went in there just nailed the guy just for cheap. Yeah, but you know, he's trying to impress everybody. And you know, he's not impressing me. Not me either. And the Boston College, if you watch it, he's not impressing us here in the booth. College, I mean, the Boston College is one of the best schools. I mean, I'm applying there, and I'm not a genius, but that kid can't be smarter than me or safe or anybody. He didn't shield for that matter. And if you play that team, I wouldn't want him a part of my team. And Boston College coach, take that into consideration, please, when he's playing football. Totally in motion. And he's going to be a block in here, and they're going to give the ball up the middle to Spicer, and he's going to get about 2 yards, 3 yards, and it's going to be 4th and 10 from the 30-yard line. County lines are showing that he's going to get a 47-yard field goal. It's from the middle of the field goal. That was the point going up the middle. You know, this is great. You know, County lines is, I believe, 3 for 5 this season, 3 for 6 in field goals, and the only 3 he missed were 50 yards or more. Looks like, though, that they're going to punt and pin Ramapo deep in their own territory. Not a bad idea. They could be fake punts, too. You never know. That's good, Jeff. Yes, it is a real punt, and it's a high punt. Smart move. And see that? They almost hit the ref. And the ball's going to be on 20. So what does that mean? 10 yards? It was a 10-yard punt by Tommy. You know what? I think he got that ball a little bit too high. He was trying to get a little pooch kick, get around the goal line. He got a little bit too under it. Maybe it was that sock that he wears. I don't know what it was. Right, because when you do kick it too far, it does get a touchback and get down 20-yard line. But this is a 21-yard line. Maybe he was looking for a receiver to catch the ball and maybe perhaps the first down. Could be. I don't think that's legal, but that's all right. Ramapo's fans got to be quiet over there. That's not necessary. I know. One, they're not even doing that well. And two, the band music isn't that great either. I wouldn't. I don't like, what are those big horns over there, white something? And the ball's going to pull out the right side, he's defense. Mike Blanchard takes him down 7 yards in the backfield. 2nd and 17, and they're back by the 13-yard line. Mike Blanchard is huge tackle in the backfield, really fast. The Patriots defense in sacks with 10 this season, and that was as important as a sack, a 5-yard loss on the best running back in the state. I was talking about. Let me see what you guys talking about. Tom Wilkie was explaining to me that's a stretch play out to the right side. And you do it, the play or something. And yes, with back formation, back to pass. So it's an inside draw. And he's going to take it out to the right side, and Total's going to get about 10 yards on play. You know, he was almost gone around the line of scrimmage. Yes, but almost not good enough. Right, as Gary Webb and Mike Total combined for the tackle. That was great. And you were saying before, you didn't know where his ball was. I think it was just aiming for cheap shots and dribblers.
I don't know. I mean, maybe that's the kind of stuff that you have burned too early, but here in Wayne Hills football, we can play with pride. No cheap shots.
That's right. You get down and dirty, you start to play. Hard-nosed football. 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Todd Greenberg comes off the field now. They're going to go with 2 safeties and 2 corners now and 3 linebackers. Roughly the right side linebacker. It's Beardo and Webb are the inside. Number 9 in motion out to left. Now, Roky's going to come in and Toby's going to be the outside linebacker. And he's rushing his hit. But something is incomplete. What a big hit by Mark Candy and Gary Webb on Chris Sims. And you know what? That's a big cup. And Chris Sims knows he's not invincible now. His pass completion ratio is not good. You know, Gary Webb, I know you're watching this. Gary, that hit was the best hit I've seen ever. And that was on Chris Sims. Chris Sims gonna feel that in the morning. And you can take this tape and you can like keep it because you're gonna remember that for your lifetime, dude. That's awesome. Great job, guys. Back to see the punt, Matt Hawkins and Mike Togler. And he's a good punter. And it's Matt Hawkins can take it again around the 46, and he's got some room. Not much. Gets about 5 yards. Not too bad for a punt return. And again, Patriots have the ball on the 50-yard line, 50 yards to go. The first quarter's just about run out. 30 seconds left. That was like the quickest 3 now I think I've seen ever. That was only like 20 seconds ago. That's Wayne Hill's defense right there. That's the first time this season's got crashing on his uniform all season. He doesn't know what to do. He's rolling around, or he's all confused and stuff. Sims doesn't play defense, does he? No. Why would you disrespect him? Well, anyway,
They don't play both ends of the ball. They just stand there.
you're right. Like his father. Phil, if you're here, come to the booth. What's that? If you can't find it, Field's favorite line. Bring it to the booth. Ball's given inside to Spicer, and he's going to get a couple yards. Okay, it's a good spot. I mean, he did have, but he wants to take it back. That better be a good spot. Let's see where they spot. I believe they will spot it a couple yards ahead of time. About a yard and a half. That's not bad. Joe, you're saying, I don't mean to backtrack or anything, but on the punt, it wasn't a batting turn. And you know what else that was? That Hawkins did not fair catch. He had the opportunity to fair catch, but he took the ball, he ran a few yards, and took the hit. Alright, Tommy Martin's out to the right side, along with Matt Hawkins. And that's the end of the first quarter, actually. And 3-0. It's a very good game so far. And you know what? Remember that guy that was asking us on Wayne Hills defense saying that Ramapo's going to roll all over us? Well, right now, see, Matt, I just want you to hold the microphone, and I'm going to go talk to that man. And Timmy's a little drunk, and he's having problems with the camera. Joe, you do that. And I want to see his reaction. Okay, Joe. Here you go. Let's go. Tell him. Here he is. Joe just made a bleed, baby. Oh, my goodness. That was great. 48 as the Patriots are going to move south to north.